Hello Rams, my name is Zoe and today I'm joined by Hightstown High School volleyball and lacrosse coach Ms. Scheno. Coach Scheno, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
You've been coaching lacrosse for 8 years, but this year was your first year doing volleyball. How have you used coaching skills from lacrosse on volleyball?
So I think that having the prior background of coaching a different sport, I know how to organize a practice. I already knew how to do the behind-the-scenes stuff of scheduling and communicating with players and parents. And the biggest challenge was, of course, just learning the sport of volleyball. But in a lot of ways, the sports do have a lot of overlap in terms of the coaching side. So I think it definitely helped that not only have I coached lacrosse for a number of years, but I also have experience with basketball as well.
What made you want to coach the first year volleyball team?
I thought that it was such a cool opportunity to coach volleyball for the first time. I've always loved watching volleyball, although I never played the sport. When I realized we were having a team here, I thought this was a great opportunity to get involved in coaching another sport, since before this year I only coached lacrosse. So I jumped at the chance to apply for the job, and I was ready to just get started and help the team.
Do you have any background with volleyball?
So like I just said, I've never played before, but my fiance played in college, so that was a major help, and then also my brother. He played in college as well, so I was always growing up watching him play. So it was something that I always liked to watch, but I've never done myself. I'm definitely on the newer side, but I'm definitely liking learning a new sport.
Has it been beneficial to have Coach Alex as your assistant coach when it comes to coaching the team?
Yeah, for sure. Both Coach Alex and Coach Falter were amazing assistant coaches, both of which know a lot more about the sport than I did. So they were not only teaching our players, but they were teaching me as well. And I love surrounding myself with coaches who are super knowledgeable with the sport, who can help our program grow. So yeah, this season wouldn't have been as successful without the two of them and all that they brought to the table.
Did your volleyball knowledge improve from how you started coaching?
Yes, the first day of practice, I probably didn't know what I was doing, but by the end, I feel like I definitely got a good grasp of volleyball, definitely the skills, the tactics, the strategies, all of the little things that you really can't learn until you're doing it in a match. So definitely I think that I learned a lot this season, and even in the off season, I'm looking forward to next season, just diving even deeper into the sport.
How have other people in your life impacted you to start coaching volleyball?
I think that, like I mentioned previously, my brother had played, so that was a cool aspect, seeing him play a couple years back in college. My dad is a big influence in why I decided to coach in the first place, and I kind of talked to him about starting to coach, and he's like, go for it. There's nothing that should stop you from trying something new, even though it's a new sport. So I definitely have those coaching influences in my family who helped me, make the jump, and I'm glad I did.
As a player on this team, I know we had our share of mistakes. When it came to practices, what was your favorite kind of discipline on the players?
Oh gosh. I know what you guys would say. You said that I do a lot of burpees. But burpees were something that were beneficial because they help us, be a better team. You guys might not like them a lot, but I feel like we did a lot of burpees. Definitely. But whatever we did discipline-wise, I feel like it worked because we definitely started, getting together at the end of the season and really showing some solid improvement, not only individually skill-wise, but tactically as a whole team as well.
Is it more about winning or player improvement when it comes to games or practices?
That's a tough question because I think it's a good combo of both. Last year, this past season for us for volleyball, I would say it was more about player development and team development and not as much about the wins and losses, really because we were competing as a JV team. We were brand new. We were competing against teams who have had programs established for 20 plus years. So this past year, it was really about just us learning the sport, getting better individually, getting better as a team, but many games or matches we would leave and we would lose. We wouldn't even win a set, but we were super proud of ourselves, and I was proud of the girls because we learned something valuable that day and made really, really big steps toward, the program moving forward. So it was not all about wins. As we proceed in the future, now we're going to be having a varsity and a JV team, so I think it will be a little more geared towards, trying to get some wins, but we're still a very young program, very young team, so definitely the player development, team development aspect is huge for us.
That pretty much wraps up all the questions I have. Thank you for joining me, and best of luck to the rest of your lacrosse season.
Thank you.
From Report Sports, I'm Zoe Kana.